In today's video, we're going to get to see a beautiful 1986 Chrysler LeBaron Convertible. Hello everybody and welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. I'm thrilled you're joining me today. Today I have the pleasure of reintroducing, if you will, my good friend Dieter. You may have met him before. He owns a number of absolutely beautiful Plymouth Fury cars, and I'll put some links to the videos we've done on his cars as well. Having said that, today we're going to be looking at his wife's car. This is a 1986 Chrysler LeBaron Convertible. This is her go-to car and it's absolutely beautiful. It screams the mid-80s right there. It is a four-cylinder engine and nothing but basically a glorified K car. So without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's check out this beautiful 1986 Chrysler LeBaron Convertible. Dieter, rev the engine for me, sir.
4 cylinders?
All 4 cylinders. Okay. And honk the horn. Beautiful. Turn her off. This car has presence though. I do like it. Okay, tell me what you have here.
86 LeBaron Convertible. 86 LeBaron Convertible. Yeah.
And how long have you had this car?
Well, this one maybe, I don't know, probably 6 years, maybe 5, 6 years, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood, 7 years maybe.
You know, the front end of this reminds me of a Mercedes for some reason.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that. Well, I think this might have been around the time when Daimler, Chrysler.
Oh, right. Did that merge thing.
86, I don't know.
Perhaps, but yeah, there is just something very Mercedes-like about this.
But it's basically a K car.
Right.
A K car, it's a luxurious K car. They did a LeBaron, they did a New Yorker, and they're all the same size car with different features and trim and whatnot.
So the New Yorker would have had more trim, like is the more expensive version, or not necessarily?
Well, I don't know what years, they didn't do them all the same year, because the LeBaron, yeah, the Chrysler LeBaron, I'm not sure of all the configurations they did it and what years. They also did this kind of a car in a Dodge convertible, and when they first built these cars as convertibles in early 80s, I guess, 82, 84.
Right.
They weren't built as a convertible in the factory. They were built as a hardtop, and then they sent them out to an aftermarket shop, and they would make a convertible out of them.
Is that right?
And the difference is, the ones that were not factory convertibles, they didn't have a little rear window in here.
Oh, okay.
They were just a convertible top, and then after, this is in 86, so probably around 84, 85, they started making them factory convertibles.
Got it.
And this is a factory convertible.
It's beautiful though. I do love everything about this car because it just takes you back to a different time.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just lovely. What drew you to this car? Like, I know your wife was driving the Valiant and still does from time to time. This is more of a...
And she just liked the nice, it's very comfortable, and it's got seat belts, shoulder belts, and it's got air conditioning, and
okay.
You know, it's fully equipped, fully loaded with
yeah, but it doesn't have swivel seats like some of your other cars, does it? Like the Fury.
Doesn't have the swivel seats.
Wow, she's lovely though. Again, very Mercedes-like. Even the rims look Mercedes-ish somehow. I don't know. I'll have to look that up, but yeah, it's lovely. Just the way she sits as well. And you're saying it's only a 4-cylinder engine?
4-cylinder, yeah. It's in there crossways, and like a 3-liter or something. I'll have to look at it when the hood's open.
Wow, very, very nice. Now, you've had it for a few years now. What's the history of this car? Do you know like how many previous owners or?
I think we might be the third owner.
Okay.
And I bought it it was at Mopar Fest. That's where the guy had it for sale. And that's where we saw it a few years ago. And the person that we bought it from used to own the Chrysler dealership in Oakville.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he sold this car new in '86 to a customer. So that's the story he tells me.
Right.
And a year later, they came and traded it in on something else.
Right.
So he kept it ever since. And his wife used to drive it, but not very often.
No, but it's just fabulous.
And then finally we bought it. So we're like the third owner.
Very nice. Of a gently used car, one would say.
Well, it's all original paint.
Right.
It's only got 36,000 miles on it.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
And it's got new tires.
And that is miles, not kilometers, right?
Well, you can have either. You can switch it.
You can, okay.
Yeah, so
One of the
it's about
bells and whistles.
It's about 50,000 kilometers.
You know what gives it that vintage age look is the pinstriping.
Yeah.
That gold lining right there.
Factory pinstriping.
Yeah.
And
But the finish, the fit on the car is just amazing too. Very, very nice. Can we take a look at the big powerhouse of the engine on this thing?
Yeah.
I think it's on this side, Peter.
there we go.
Okay, yes.
Nothing fancy. 4-cylinder. It's say somewhere what size it is. 2.5 liter.
Yeah, there it is, 2.5 liter.
Yeah.
Very cool. And it does the job. I remember back in the day when I was working at Bell, the K car was our go-to Bell vehicle. We drove those things everywhere. And they were great in the winter as well. This is a front-wheel drive, right?
Front-wheel drive, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very, very cool. And you haven't had any issues since you've owned her?
Nothing major. No, I think I put a couple of those gas cylinders in the trunk lid. I put a muffler on it or a resonator or something. And nothing major.
Significant.
Just stuff like that.
How much space is there in the trunk on this thing? It can't be that much, knowing it's a convertible top. Well, unless...
Pretty roomy. It's deep.
Okay. Oh, and it's got a release inside, or is
No.
it manual?
No.
Oh, it is manual.
It's the key. It's got the little trunk thing here.
I like that. Put your
and it's
picnic basket,
see,
attach
it's
it.
got little holes in here. You can put bungee cords or straps.
Okay.
To tie your
Yes.
stuff
Whatever
on.
stuff, yeah.
Whatever stuff you got on the bag. If you're going to extra thing.
Okay. It doesn't go in as far, but it is, certainly deep.
Yeah, well, there's a spare tire here.
Oh, and then you got a mouse trap in it.
Yeah,
What's your finger? Oh, it's not armed. Okay.
I put them in there in the wintertime in case
They
the
get in
mouse
everywhere.
gets in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just a couple of chairs, and this is where the convertible top goes down.
Right.
Yeah, so that's it.
Very cool.
Well, I've had to replace these because they wear out.
Yeah. That's just wear and tear stuff.
Yeah.
Very nice stuff.
I've got some new trim stuff to go around here.
Okay, one of these days for sure. But now, wow, it's just fantastic. Nice, very practical, driver-friendly car, very fun car.
And the top on it is fairly new.
Yes.
I think it's a new top, and it's the same color as this.
Yeah.
And it has a glass window.
And it's, no, it's not a power top.
Yeah,
it is a power
it's
top.
a power
okay.
top, yeah.
So again, one of the options that you can get. So when they made the LeBaron, do you know if those like just fitted with all of these not basic options, but all these bells and whistles were part of the package?
I think the LeBaron it just automatically came with the power windows. It said power windows, power seats, power door locks, power top, air conditioning. What else does it got? AM, FM radio. Yeah.
It's nice.
That's pretty well it.
May I take a look inside here? Oh, so even all the power options. I do like all these little
Yeah, the little
extras that
crown,
they put in there. Oh,
or
it's
whatever they call them.
emblem there.
Yeah,
It does look like that. Oh, is that horse's head?
LeBaron, what does that stand for?
I don't know actually. What does it stand for? We'll have to look into that. But somebody will know.
Some kind of an aristocrat.
I'm sure. Or a French baron.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just made that up. Wow. So a digital dash at that too.
Yeah, digital dash.
Kind of ahead of its time back in the day, hey?
Well, they had some problems with those digital dashes. They would all of a sudden they go blank.
Okay.
This one's been rebuilt. This one's been out and it's been repaired or replaced or whatever. It was one of the common problems apparently.
It's nice though. And I just love even from the seating position, you can see the hood ornament, everything else. Very easy to get around and very, very cool. Yeah, but no swivel seats. I don't know. That's a deal breaker right there.
Got headrests.
It's got
I
everything.
think they go up. Yeah.
And this is actual leather as well.
Yeah, it's actual leather.
None of this vinyl stuff.
And there's the speakers here. These are radio speakers back here.
It is very cool. And you got the third brake light. It just kind of tucked away there. And it's not just any kind of engineering, but it's quality.
Quality
It says so right there. Chrysler made sure. Lee Iacocca probably back in the day.
Yeah. Well, that was Lee Iacocca did the K car, right?
Yeah.
And this is good.
Very cool. So it does recline.
Yeah,
And it's got power seats too.
Yeah.
So again, unlike the Fury, which is what, 56-way power seats, this is
also 6-way.
oh, 6-way, but
Yeah.
not 56 ways.
Goes up and down, rear,
Very good.
back and forth. The whole thing goes up and down.
Yeah, I'm sorry though. Compared to the Fury, it doesn't swivel. This is beautiful. I love this car. It really is very, very, very unique. You hardly see these on the roads
Not
these
anymore.
days. Hardly. The odd day, I think there's one in the show. Yes.
Sharon Gower.
Okay.
She owns it. Her husband got a blue Charger, and
But I actually saw a K car the other day, and I thought, well, that takes me back.
Well,
a few
there's a
years.
Reliant.
Yeah.
It was one of them with a Reliant K car. My mother had one of those.
Really?
Back in the day. Sorry.
Now, for the gas, is it an automatic release from inside, or you just... Okay, simple as that. Very cool. Well, we should go for a little drive. What do you reckon,
Yep.
Peter? Start her again for me. Go for it. Oh, and look at your digital dash.
Digital dash, yeah.
How about that?
36,000 miles.
And and the switch can switch between kilometers and miles too. One of those. I think it's that one, is it? 57,000. That's nothing.
Yeah.
For a 19, what'd you say, 89?
86.
86.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Fantastic. You enjoy driving her too, though.
Oh.
It's very smooth, though, for a
It
four-cylinder.
is. It's got a very nice soft ride.
Yeah.
Which, for a small car, they tend to be a little choppy sometimes.
Oh, look at even this on the...
Yeah, it's a Mark Cross interior. It's kind of a...
Wow. Like the coach work.
Yeah. Who's Mark Cross? He's some kind of a...
Somebody, yeah. Well, thank you, Mark. The ride is very smooth.
Smooth and soft.
Very
Yeah.
smooth.
For a small car.
Yes. It seems like a much bigger car in terms of the feel.
Well, but like the LeBaron and the New Yorker, they have to make them feel like a luxury car.
Yes. I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
They really did. Oh, wow. Very nice. You know what? It's hard to imagine that this is such a small engine, 2.5 liters, and it's a lovely ride, definitely.
It doesn't get driven enough.
No, true enough. And even now, after all these years, it's hardly any mileage. I actually love how you've got the digital speedometer and everything.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I guess one of the problems you have, though, Dieter, is that with so many vehicles, if you were to fill up gas and by the time you did one after the other, like you'd have to start again.
Well, I usually, like in the beginning of the season, even now, I get a car out and I'll take it up and I put some gas in it.
Right.
Like this one, I haven't put any gas in it yet since I got it out because my wife hasn't been anywhere.
Okay.
But I'll put some in just to
Freshen it up.
I put a little bit of sea foam in there.
Now, you store this car in the winter and you just use your daily driver for the most part?
None of them are driven in the winter.
It really has great visibility, though.
Yeah, well, she doesn't like to drive it with the top up. She likes the idea to look all around.
But even the size of the windshield, everything, it's very, very comfortable. And again, very Mercedes-like.
It doesn't have the little square window like the other cars.
Oh, right. Even your door mirrors are nice.
Yeah.
Very different.
And they're adjustable from the inside, right?
Yeah.
Turning behind us, so we'll just go straight ahead.
Yeah, and then maybe
Turn around
turn us
up
with his
there.
driveway. That's a lovely old barn there as well, Dieter.
Yeah.
You've lived in Callanan for many years now.
Well, we've lived in that house for 40 years. It was built in 83. End of 83, I moved in. Before that, we got married in 75.
That is cool.
And so we got married in 75 and we moved to Georgetown. Well, we bought a house just before we got married. We lived there for about 8 years. And I bought this property in 1980, 5 years after we got married. And then, I worked on designing a house and get organized to do all that.
Yes.
In 1983, we started to build.
Well, you did one thing for sure with a lot of thought to it, is putting that access to the basement and a garage access so you can get your cars in and work on them and everything else.
Well, it was because of the land here is, like where our house is, all of it's low.
Yes.
And the road used to flood because the road they raised it up.
Right.
And it was low. I inquired all about that ahead of time. I check on it before I build to see where the water table is, and so the smart thing was to build the house up high.
True.
Try and keep it out of the water. So that's why I thought,
maintain your access to the basement.
I used the underneath part for a workshop and garage. Otherwise, I would have had to put up a separate building in the backyard or something, which is common too.
I always just notice. I mean, it's got cruise control and everything else.
Yeah,
but even the indicator there is sort of color coded as opposed to a standard black. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's got tilt steering,
Yeah.
That's got pretty well everything.
All the amenities that one would need, including the big ass lighter right there.
Big ass lighter. It's just like an ashtray, I guess.
Yeah. Probably never been used. It is nice though. It will still turn heads. especially for the older generation that kind of grew up
Yeah,
and saw these cars back in the day.
But you know, again, this is not. It's not like the Finn cars that people.
No, true.
Just an older car.
But it's just, yeah, it just takes you back, some of these older cars.
I'm not really a favorite of any new cars. Like, you know,
Nothing appeals to you these days.
even the Kia, you know, it's a 2013. We bought it. It was almost new when we bought it.
That's good here. Yeah.
But it's got too many engineering flaws that
I know.
they're designed into the, you know,
So-
the push button key fob.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a dipstick for the transmission
Oh,
flow.
it's infuriating, isn't
design
it?
a car like
I
that?
know, right? Where have things gone? Plus, they all look the same.
Yeah.
As my friend Doug Ellis says, all cars these days are belly button cars. They all look the same.
Jelly bean.
That too.
Jelly bean car.
Yeah, see, this is the last of that generation that still had a bit of style and character to it. So very, very nice. Oh, I adore it. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. So if you stand again beside the driver's side. Peter, I want to say thank you again for showing me one of your beautiful cars. It's absolutely a joy. It takes me back years to the old K-car days as well. And I love seeing that Chrysler emblem up front. And again, bits of Mercedes. Thank you again for showing me one of your beautiful cars. It's absolutely a joy. It takes me back years to the old K-car days as well. And I love seeing that Chrysler emblem up front. And again, bits of Mercedes dotted around here and there. So thank you.
Thank you.